back, everyone. My name is Carlos. For those of you who don't know me, today we'll be discussing several techniques on leg training and getting into today's session. But before we do, please hit that subscribe button, post notifications, leave a comment, all that stuff. So today was a different routine. Been keeping with our general tack of gains and making progress with everything. Just trying to lift heavier weights, do more work, more volume. Not so much volume in this context, but still trying to bring up certain areas and certain aspects. So today was the extremely heavy Smith and press leg session. Now, with the Smith machine, I have been using this machine with partial reps. Now, if you guys see on the videos, my legs are kind of long. I don't know, I'm 5'11", kind of a normal guy. But there's a long range of motion from top to ass to grass. It'd be like almost 3 feet of movement. I'm not making excuses. I have done ass to grass, and this is what I did the entire first semester, building up to 4.5 plates for 4 reps, and 6 to 8 with everything below, up to 12. Did some 20s. And full range of motion. Now, this didn't really build up my legs, unfortunately. My legs were lagging. As a matter of fact, at the end of my cut and my biometric testing in September, it was found that my legs were lagging behind every other body part. So what is the answer there? What is the answer? Well, I go and review how the big guys are training, and I see that they're not doing full range of motion. They have done. Everybody has done certain periods of training in the course of their training careers. They've done it all, either powerlifting, just straight bodybuilding, whatever it is. Everybody's done everything. But how is it that they got to this state of this enlarged, leg mass? And I see the use of partial reps. Now, partial reps have to be qualified. How partial are they? Are you just barely moving like 2 inches? Or is it significant enough to where there is tension on the target muscle to produce maximum force and contraction under the heaviest possible weight? Well, that is the explanation. Watching training videos of the big guys, Big Ramy, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, Jay Cutler, all these guys, and they're doing these leg presses that if anybody else would be doing them would be highly criticized as just being partial reps and ineffective. They get off the machine and show these brontosaurus type monster quads. So the proof is in the pudding, as you might say. The same thing with the squats. Not breaking 90 degrees. Going just above 90 degrees, maintaining a constant tension on the quad and very deliberately flexing on the way up. So today we did 500 pounds on the Smith. I had never put on 500 pounds on the Smith. I have for calf raises. Last week I did. And it felt extremely heavy. I mean, I said, if I had to do a squat with this, I'd kill myself. I'd crush myself. But the pins give a great deal of confidence for going down to that particular depth. So obviously, I started light. 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates. When I got up to 4 plates, which is what I was doing with the pin load or with the pin support last week, the 4 plates, I got 4 reps and they felt that it took everything I had. Today I was ready to bust the Smith machine. I thought it was going to break. I was just going boom, 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 boom. So it's not really a matter of muscle more than it is of mental attitude, aggression, and coordination. So the 4 plates just felt ridiculously doable. Like, oh man, don't do any more reps, go up to 5 plates so you can do something new. So I put on 5 plates and I'm going, good Lord. And the same thing, first rep with a great deal of trepidation. Bring it out. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to do something crazy. But once the range is felt, you know how far down until that pin touches, and then bang it up. I got 4 of those. It's at the end of the video. And caution is what held me back. Like I know in my next session, once I warm up and I get to that weight, I can bust out 6, 7, 8, I don't know, maybe I have to stop myself because it's not impossible to do. I have the strength and the muscle to do that range of motion. Now, truth be told, I'm not going to push the weight anymore. I've seen guys get really hurt, tear quads, bust up knees, there's a video on the internet, this French guy some years ago just blew out his knee doing a 6-plate Smith squat. It was like went pop, like his leg like flew off. It was disgusting. It's horrible. I don't want any of that. I don't even want a minor tear. I don't want nothing to do with injury. So I figure 5 plates is good enough. I'm leaving well enough alone. 5 plates is massive. It's my dream come true if I could deep squat it, which I will eventually. So what's the purpose now? Or what's the goal? With these pin supports, it's like training wheels on a bicycle. You don't stay there forever. So the idea is to lower the pin once I get into a higher rep range. And once I feel that the 5 plates is built into my memory, it's built into my CNS, it's something that I can groove on, I get used to it, it's familiar. Now that'll take a few months. Then I'll start bringing down the pin with that weight. I'll bring down the pin sooner for 3 and 4 plates. 1 pin is a big jump. That would bring me down to 90 degrees. So it's exciting. This brings me to the whole thing of why the obsession with gains. I've been saying on all these videos, it's all for me at least, and I think for most of you guys who want to make progress and build the maximum physique that you can, you have to make progress. There has to be a general movement towards increasing whatever it is that you're doing. If you stay the same, doing exactly the same things, you will maintain you'll stay strong. I mean, you'll have a great body at that level. Now, if you want to improve it, you have to increase either your work capacity, your size. Something has to increase, something has to change for your body to adapt to get even bigger, larger, stronger, more. So that's it's general knowledge. You don't have to beat a dead horse, belabor the thing in explaining how progression is important. Now, I know that a lot of older guys that train are very much into status quo. I'm just here to maintain. I want to maintain what I have. I don't want to get injured. I just want to stay, I want to keep what I have. And I have very bad news for you all. You're not keeping what you have. You're getting older. You're getting older. Once you get past 60, up to 70 and 80, you can get old and deteriorate, get more frail, and lose height, lose muscle, lose strength. This is the big if you do not reverse that by making gains. Maintenance is fine when you live in a time, when in your youth or in a universe that doesn't have entropy, and you won't deteriorate or get old. But if you stay status quo, this is happening to you. You're staying status quo as you go down with the Titanic. The only way to reverse that, the only possible way of stopping that, is by increasing your gains, by making gains as you get older. And this is possible. The thing is, whatever it is you believe, you set your mind to, you can achieve. Now, barring serious injury, hereditary diseases, I mean, look, the world and humanity is filled with a great deal of adversity. But if you are the fortunate, blessed few, or of those who do not have health issues, it's so wrong not to take full advantage of your body and take it to the limit and increase it. This is serious stuff, guys. This is serious stuff. For you younger guys who are in your 20s or 30s, people who, once they reach a certain age and they let go, either through vices, they're drinking, recreational drugs, eating like a slob, sedentary lifestyles, a really blasé attitude towards life and towards their own bodies, do not realize that you're trapped within a cadaver, basically, and you're going to suffer untold misery if you don't take care of this body. You'll be old enough to live a fate worse than death If you're hooked up to machines, have to go through like dialysis, going through long-term, health issues and just suffering and taking all kinds of medication and just being miserable, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, your only out is to actually be destroyed. It's like this it's hell, man. Your only solution in those type of situations is to die. What a horrible fate. That's not what life is about. That's not what life is about. If you embrace life wholeheartedly, if you live your best possible life, give it all your effort to live correctly, to use this body as it was intended, strengthening your mind, your character, your personality, everything, life will reciprocate. And success breeds success, health breeds health, and sloth and negligence going to have a due date. You don't want that. So if you're young, take care of your body, build it up to the max, and continue. As long as you're in this life, until you check out from this earth, get it into your head that you should be increasing everything that you have, making gains on your body, your mind, your pocketbook, everything. So, back to this workout. The leg press. Leg press. Never, ever, ever trained with more than 6 plates because I was always doing full range of motion. Now I realize it sets you back, it limits your possibilities to the extreme on some movements when you're limited to a range of motion or by peer pressure. Lower the weight, do it proper. But this is peer pressure. This is animal corral. Just animals beating down on the others so they don't succeed. 101. If you want to break out of the mold, if you want to get larger, if you want to get more powerful, you cannot listen to peer pressure, and especially this lower the weight crap. If you can increase your strength through the use of these machines by piling on severe overload, try to do it safely. And that's all I can say is try, because, some people might get crippled or injured. I'm not training anybody directly to do this. I'm putting out these notions. It's on each and every individual to see what they do. So if you train really heavy and something happens to you, just realize that this is part of the game. If you go out and race motorcycles or drive fast cars, or you like mountain climbing, diving, all these things carry inherent risks, so be careful, guys. Anyways, you guys are smart. You know what I mean. So, the leg press. Never train more than 6 plates for training. Hey, I got to break out of this. This is not working for me. So today I got it up to 10 plates, I'm sorry. 10 plates is, with the sled, it's like 950 pounds. You take off. There's a formula for the 45 degree and all of that. It's heavy shit. The push-off, the first push-off, it feels bone-crushing. It's like, what the hell? I mean, it's like, I can barely move that shit. That's scary. But once I get it into place, and I put my hands on my knees, somebody said, "You're cheating." Hey, fuck you! Cheating what? Yeah, I'm going to do a hand press with 500 kilos. Woohoo, woohoo. I can barely do a 300-pound bench press. Come on, guys. It stabilizes the knees. It keeps me safe. I'm not competing on the 45-degree leg press, nor am I looking for somebody to say, he's doing it correctly. Yeah, I'm trying to get the best that I can, regardless of other men or women's opinions. And this is what you guys have to learn too. When you get hung up on people's opinions, or people that you think know more than you, but you're trying things out for yourself and you find out it works, it's like, who are you going to pay attention to? What are you going to follow? Know yourself. Anyways, getting back. I always have to introduce these philosophies because this bodybuilding strength world is rife with opinion, man. I put some of this shit out, some of these videos, doing like the heavier shit. And the beatdown I try to get, they try to, don't put up these videos unless you're going to do proper form. You haven't built up your back. And it's like, come on, guys. My back is like big, okay? And how did it get that way? From doing these like heavy things, I also do strict form. That's the thing. When people see somebody do like a massive weight like that, it's ego lifting. Fuck yeah, absolutely. You think an MMA fighter goes in to try to win the championship doesn't have an ego? Now, who would be saying don't do ego lifting? Guys who don't want you to succeed. They want to keep you in this status quo of mediocrity. They don't want to see anybody break out, right? That's the problem here. If you're doing your own thing, you're always going to get people saying, oh, that's not the right. Well, speak for yourself. I'm just doing this thing. 10 plates on the leg press, going up to 11. And that's the max because this particular leg press at this gym can't fit more plates on. So here, I do try to go down as far as I can feel my legs stretch. I can feel the adductor, I can feel the quads. They're stretching, they've loaded, and then I bring it up. I bring it down. It's not just the knee breaking a little bit. It's like the leg is angling, you know, you're getting it's stretching down on the quad. I feel all the pressure on my thigh. Bring it down just a little bit more, and then push it up. And then I try to get a tempo into that. I've never done that before. Couldn't move 8 plates a few weeks ago. Couldn't move the shit. Now I'm pumping 10. Why? Couldn't move it? Because this was not used to it. It was not familiar. It was a novel move. It was too heavy. Not for the muscle, for the man inside that said it's very heavy. Now I'm getting used to it. It's more familiar. It's more nonchalant. It's more blasé when I go in and just, you know, I do this. And so obviously there is an increase. So did those. It takes a lot of feeder sets to get up to those heavy weights. Can't just go from 1 to 10. You know, I start out with 5 because 5 is pretty easy for me now. I go 5, 7, 9, and 10. 4 sets. Pretty freaking heavy. Takes a while. I rest a significant amount of time between sets. Get all that ATP going back into the cells. The mitochondria is being loaded again. It's not cardio because you can recuperate your respiration very quickly, but your intracellular motor units take more time to load. They take between at least 3 minutes. So I give it 5, you know, and I'm keeping warm. So I take full advantage of the rest to do a bomber set. After the Smith and the press, can't underestimate the effect of the heavy weight. I thought I'd lost my 10 plate video, so I redid it. Did 2 sets with those 10 plates, and on the second one, my executive command was failing. I couldn't. I did the set. I did the 6 reps, but it was very difficult to get the will to do it. You understand what I'm saying? It's more of a mental, it wasn't the physical, it's the mental. Just push it, and it's like, there's a mental resistance there, but I did it. So you can't underestimate the fatigue that it puts on your CNS. So after that, I just did some walking lunges with no weight and some Bulgarian splits also with no weight, just to really stretch and get some isolation work on each leg. And that was it. That was basically it. But it's one of those sessions that I'll always remember. Like just one day out of my life where I go in and do a session, I said, man, this was excellent. Like this was great. I did something I never done before. I'm glad I'm alive. I'm glad I can remember this day. I'm glad I could do something that was now, and it gives me hope for doing something even better on my next session. And this is why success breeds success. If you hold yourself back, you're really cheating yourself. You only have this life to do and to work and achieve these things. What are you waiting for? You waited billions of years to come into this life, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, past time. We watch the parade go by, and like we live, and then all of a sudden life passed us by, and then we're gone. That was your life? Or was it, I came here to do everything I dreamt of doing? I am proactively doing it. Any, situation that comes into my life, I will, with all my strength and all my will, overcome these issues, and I will embrace this bull by the horns. And at the end of the day, I'm so satisfied and I'm so happy. And this is my message. Gains. Continue to make gains. If you're in this game of physique, bodybuilding, strength, whatever it is, stay safe, but make your gains. God bless everybody. Until next time. está grabando. Mucho miedo. Necesito, no me quiero arriesgar. Además que pueden empujar las manos, hermano. Sí, eso, porque detrás de la apoyar.
It's a moment